Come to your mat, soften your shoulders, close your eyes. Drawing awareness to the breath. Drawing awareness to the physical and internal sensations of the body. Drawing awareness to the external stimuli around us. The sound of the rain on the window. The sound of our AC unit turning on or off. Just become fully present. With the next exhale, we'll draw the palms together at the center of heart. Exhaling as we soften the shoulders. And then we'll inhale for one sound, Om, to open up the sacred space of our practice. Gently release the hands to the lap or to the knees. Bring the chin towards chest, lengthening back of neck. Maybe adding a little bit of movement here, side to side. Blink the eyes open, awareness into the space, and then inhale, lift the chin. Roll the shoulders back, a little shoulder roll here, moving 2 or 3 times backwards, and then 2 or 3 times forward, just starting to wake up the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our tabletop position. Coming to tabletop, let's move into cat and cow. Inhale, lengthening spine. Gazing forward or up. Exhale, curling under, fanning out shoulders, tucking tailbone under. Reach chin towards chest. 2 more times. Inhale, curl it up. Exhale, curl it under. Last one, inhale, curl it up. And exhale, curl it under. Tucking toes under this time. As you exhale, pressing up to your downward facing dog. Make a couple of adjustments here. Move side to side. Hips, chest, towards thighs, belly drawn in tight. Strong fingers, strong core, let the head hang. Shoulders move away from the ears as you press the chest against towards the thighs and allow your body to settle in. Coming into that inner awareness of the body, letting go of anything that no longer serves us or that stands in the way of our progression into our practice. Finding an equanimous state of mind as we gaze towards the bridge of the nose or towards the area where the navel is. And then inhale, slowly looking forward, walking the feet about halfway up your mat. Separate your feet hip width. Lengthen up through your spine here as you press your palms or fingers to the floor. Then exhale, soften again. Just hang here. You can bring your opposite hands here to your elbows and let your upper body feel weighted by that. And then maybe sway side to side. Again, just waking up the body before we start moving into our vinyasa. And then gently coming through to center, walking the fingertips to the top of your mat, lengthening spine, and let the feet follow. This time, toes and heels together. Soften through knees and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Nice, easy, and steady. Rounding the feet deep into the floor, engaging into legs. Let the shoulders be one of the last things that come up. And then the chin and the chest rises. Good. So we're going to start with an easy Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms coming up. Palms together. Draw the elbows towards each other. Ground your feet strong. Lengthen your arms straight up towards sky. Exhale, slowly forward fold, hinging from the hips, coming down. Hands to the floor and the head releases as you bring your forehead or your chin towards your knees. Inhale, create space, lengthening the spine, keep drawing in through the belly. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, soften your knees, easy step back to your high plank. Find your high plank. The first couple, we're gonna do knees down, chest down. So go ahead and bring your knees to the floor, keep your weight forward over your wrists. And then exhale, bend your elbows to hug your rib cage, lower your chest and your chin to the floor. Inhale, slowly press into cobra or push yourself all the way up into your upward facing. Let the hips hang down, relax the legs and glutes, draw in through the belly, pull into the pelvic floor, look up. Exhale, downward facing. Find your downward facing dog. Hold here for about 5 breaths. Let each breath be long and steady. Let there be a little bit of movement or sway in the body as the breath comes in and as the breath goes out. Last one. And slowly looking forward between the hands. Easy step or walk your feet forward, top of your mat. Lengthening through spine, belly in. Exhale, fold once more. Reach your forehead or your chin towards your knees. And then inhale, slowly, arms come up, strong legs, strong spine, belly in tight. Tailbone tucks under slightly, palms together, look at your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, we'll do one more. Inhale, arms up. Find length, extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, easy step back. Again to your high plank, strong shoulders, knees down, chest down, lower to the floor. Inhale, coming into cobra or pushing all the way up to your upward facing. Opening heart, lifting chest. Let hips sink down, draw in through belly, relax glutes. Exhale, downward facing. 5 more breaths here. So now the body's starting to feel a little bit more warm. You're creating that sense of space in the pubic bone, in the pubic bowl, allowing the belly to draw in tight, lifting the tailbone up and back. Head is long, relaxed, neck is just totally soft here. No tension in neck. Equanimous mind, calmness of spirit. Keep your gaze towards the bridge of your nose or in the direction of your navel so that you feel focused. And then inhale, slowly looking forward, stepping or walking your feet back to the top of your mat. Toes and heels come together. Lengthen up through spine. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms coming up, body extends all the way towards sky, palms together, look at thumbs. And exhale, hands to heart. Good job. Okay, so we're gonna move a little bit into our first vinyasa. Keeping the toes and heels together, let the hands come behind the back. Open the shoulders back. So we're trying to straighten out the arms. Press the palms towards each other. And then keep your chin tucked under as you move your hips forward, opening your chest slightly. So you can keep your hands by your glutes, or you can start to move your arms away from your body, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Just ground yourself firmly through your feet. This is a little bit of a back bend, but it's mostly just straightening and lengthening and creating the muscle strength we need in our back. And then slowly come back through to center, relax the shoulders. Inhale, take the right arm up towards sky, just the right arm, and then bend to the left. Giving yourself a little side bend. Reaching that left arm Down towards the floor as the right arm comes up and over, and you can look up towards the sky. Little side bend here. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Do the same thing on the other side. So lengthen up to that left arm and then bend to the right. Reaching right fingertips down towards the floor as you let the left arm roll over and out towards the right side. And then again, your gaze can be up towards the ceiling. A little bit of a side bend here. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release left arm down. Soften through your knees, bend your knees so like you're sitting down into a chair. Inhale, arms up, coming into Utkatasana. Shoulders roll back, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, slowly release. Hands to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway, creating space. Exhale, step your right foot back. Great big step all the way back. Bring your right knee to the floor. Stay focused on your balance here. Inhale, come up. So as we come up, shoulders roll back, pressing hips forward and down. And then exhale, let's open out to the side. Let's take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and the left arm around towards the right side waist. Look over left shoulder. Steady, easy breath. Keep moving the hips forward and down. Use the right arm as leverage to twist a little deeper. And then slowly exhale, come back to center. Arms up towards sky. Lengthen up. Hands to the floor. Fingertips on the mat. Straighten left leg. An easy breath here. And slowly come back to center. Right hand plants on the floor. One more twist. Left arm up, opens up. Look up towards left hand. Open to that left shoulder. Press strong into right arm. Let's take that left arm around for a little bit of a bind. Again to right side waist. Press the backs of the fingers into the right side of your body. Twist a little deeper. Exhale, slowly coming back to center. Fingertips or palms on the floor, and again, straighten left leg. If this time, if you wish, you can fold forward, bringing chin towards knee or shin. Inhale, come back to center. Tuck that toe under if it's not there already. Straighten the right leg. Press into the arms and just lift that left foot up so you're still hovering over that the shoulders, like a plank position, but with the left knee bent. And then exhale, take it back. Hold high plank. Same left leg. Bring it in. Squeeze. Exhale, take it back. One more time. Inhale, bring it in. Left leg. Squeeze. Exhale, take it back. Now we chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Hold your downward facing dog here for a few breaths as we prepare for the other side. Easy, steady movement of breath. One more breath. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Okay, so go ahead and come looking forward between hands. This time the right foot steps forward between the hands and the left knee comes down to the floor. Gonna do the other side. Okay, so from here, you can keep the left toe tucked under, slowly come up, find your sense of balance. You can use your thigh or you can just leave your arms down by your side. Keep moving your hips forward and down as you lift up through your rib cage. When you're ready, inhale, arms come up. Find extension here of spine. And again, you can look up towards your thumbs as you bring your palms together, or you can keep them apart. Keep extending out of the body. Hips forward and down, relax shoulders. And then exhale, let's open out this time. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right hand reaches around for left side waist. Look over right shoulder. Find your rotation. Steady breath. Right foot grounded, rooted, stable. Hips forward and down. Keep twisting, keep turning using that left arm. As your leverage, look over the right corner of your right eye. And then exhale, slowly release, bringing your fingertips to the floor, straightening that right leg. The first one, when we straighten, just try to get that right leg as straight as possible for you. Don't worry about bringing your chest down just yet. We'll do it in a moment. And then slowly bend the right knee again. This time planting the left hand on the floor and right arm twists around, looking up towards right thumb. Twist your body. Stay stable and grounded through right foot, left hand. Reach and twist. Lengthen through spine here. And then exhale, take right arm around. And again, bringing the backs of your fingertips to the left side body. See if you can go a little deeper. Keep gazing up towards sky or towards the right side. Opening through body. And exhale. Release fingertips back to the floor. Straighten the right leg once more. This is the time where we want to fold forward if that's an ability for you today. Letting chin towards shin or towards knee. Square off the hips. Inhale, slowly come back through to center. Tuck left toe under, straighten that left leg. Take a moment here to bring weight onto your arm. So push the floor away so that you're able to lift the right toe up and stay hovering. And then exhale, press it back. We're going to do that 3 more times, just the right side. Inhale, or 2 more. Inhale, bring it forward, hold. Fan out, protract through shoulders. Exhale, bring it back. Good. Once more. Inhale, bring it forward. Protract through shoulders, stay strong. Exhale, bring it back. Now, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Hold here for a few breaths. Surrendering your breath here, we can create a sense of calmness and ease that moves steadily through the body without struggle. Simply being completely present in this moment with what is. And then looking forward between the hands, tiptoe or walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. The toes and heels come together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, softly release. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down. Allow your feet to grab strongly into the floor, belly in. Inhale, come into your Utkatasana. Chair pose, palms together or apart, knees press against each other. And then slowly come all the way up, extend. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Good. Second vinyasa, here we go. Inhale, arms up. Reach up, extend. This time, separate your arms, let your head slide through your arms. Go ahead and grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen, try to straighten both arms. And then exhale, bend your body to the left, bumping your hips to the, bend your body to the right, bumping your hips to the left. So there's a feeling of openness through that left side body. Good. And then take your gaze up towards the sky, or you can keep your gaze forward or your gaze down. Just make sure that left shoulder doesn't come forward when you look down. Keep your left shoulder back. Slowly come back to center. Switch your grip. So grab your right wrist with your left hand. Extend both arms. Inhale. And then exhale. Fold to the left. Bumping your hips to the right. So when we do this side bend, feeling like we are in between 2 panes of glass. Try not to bring your body forward and try not to bring your body back. Keep everything stable. And again, taking your gaze up if that's accessible, if that feels good, or just gaze forward, or even gaze down as long as the right shoulder doesn't come with you. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Release, hands to the floor. Head relaxes. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, this time let's step both feet back to your high plank position. Finding high plank, take a few breaths. Draw in through navel, engage through your core, fan out the shoulders. We're going to bring the right knee down to the floor for our side plank. Pivot left foot, inhale, left arm up. Open through chest and shoulder. Keeping that right knee down, we find a sense of security and balance. This posture makes it a little bit easier with the right knee to the floor. We will change it in a moment. So just be here. Allow yourself to be stable and rooted. And then exhale, left arm down, straighten back to your high plank, engage core, left knee down, pivot other side. So now the right foot is extended and right arm comes up. Find your balance, stability, engaging into that left arm, right leg extended, looking up towards thumbs. Strong left fingers. One more breath. Reach up, press strong to the left arm. Exhale, right arm down. Back to high plank. All right, so now you can repeat that same option with the knee down, or you can pivot all the way onto your right side. I'm gonna ask you for, if you're doing this option to pivot both legs, you can bring that left leg forward, and then again, left arm up, or take it over. So a little bit different here. Still the right arm is strong, pushing the floor away. The left foot in front gives you a little bit of balance, aid. And as you breathe, you surrender to what is. Try not to fight with your body. Exhale, bring the left hand to the floor. Keep that foot planted where it is. Try to see if you can rotate your body and then step the left leg back, high plank. We'll do the other side. Pivot onto the left side. Right foot steps in front, foot is flat. Right arm can go straight up or over. Personally, I like it over. It feels like a nice long line. But you get to practice what your body wants you to do today. So honor yourself. Let your body extend as much as it needs to. Strong left arm. Press into the knuckles and fingers. Keep the shoulder engaged. Hips up. Breathe easy. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and take that right hand down. Pivot with that right foot on the floor until you get your hips square, and then extend leg back. Good. From here, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Take a few breaths here. It's a lot of work for the arms and the shoulders, so if you feel like you need a break, you can always come to balasana and rest there for a few breaths. And we can meet back in our downward facing dog. 6 nice, easy, slow breaths. Come into that inner awareness of body. This is where you get to really connect. And on the last inhale, we're going to come up high onto the toes, lifting the heels off the floor. So as high up as you can, strong fingers, strong shoulders, strong arms, and then open mouth, exhale, heels down. Let's do that again. Inhale, high up onto the toes. Hips up, belly in, chest towards shoulders, lengthening spine. Open mouth, exhale, heels down. Good. And then finally bring the knees to the floor. We can have the knees apart, big toes touching. Sit the hips to heels. Lengthen the arms forward, forehead to the floor. Balasana. Rest here for a few breaths. And so we're going to go ahead and move into a couple of pigeon poses, and we'll continue our vinyasa into the pigeon poses. So inhale, lift the head, walk your hands back, and just take a moment to relax your arms and shoulders. Maybe shake out your wrists if you need to. You're going to either need a bolster or a block if your hips don't come to the floor. So coming onto hands and knees, let's take the right knee forward and the left foot onto the outside towards the outer edge of your mat. Make sure you have enough room behind you and enough room in front of you. Then start to slide your left leg back. So if you have open space underneath your right hip, that's a good place for you to place a block or a bolster or a cushion. Once you feel supported, go ahead and walk your hands in towards your body. Align your hips so your left hip comes down, and then inhale, lift up, press up through the chest. Your other option is to use a block in front and maybe press into the block with your elbows soft. So if your hands don't quite come to the floor and you feel like you don't have enough leverage, you can use a block there. And then as you inhale, lift through the chest, let that left hip left hip, surrender down towards the floor because it's gonna wanna hike up. And then at the same time, start to engage a little bit into that left leg. See what happens. Maybe like almost like you wanna try to press the top of the foot on the floor and maybe even lift the kneecap a little bit off the floor. Just gonna see what happens when you add engagement there. And then exhale, let's go ahead and come forward, elbows to the mat. Take a moment to relax here. You might need to adjust your prop, maybe bring it a little closer, a little further away. Or maybe you decide you don't need it at all, you can take it out of the way. In the forward position, the block underneath the hip is not quite as necessary, only if you find yourself sinking on the right side. So if you're not sinking, if your hips are square, you don't really need the prop even if there's a space. And then exhale, see if you can bring your forehead or your chin or your chest to the floor. Steady breath. Remember, there should be no pain here in your knees, although there is some, discomfort in your hips as you find your stretch. Hold a few breaths. Maybe you can even cross your arms and hold on to your opposite elbow or forearm. Steady breathing. And slowly inhale, let's lift the head, slide the elbows underneath the body, come into that half lifted position, shoulders pull back. And then slowly walk the hands in, come back into that full lifted position. Let's go ahead and bring the right hand on the inside of the right knee and just a gentle twist back, bringing left hand to left thigh. Again, if you want to use that block underneath you for support, now would be a good time to place it there. And then just hold here for a breath or two. Noticing as the rotation of the body, you pushing into that right arm. Go ahead and bend that left knee in towards the body. Maybe reach down and grab your foot. So now we're getting a little bit of a deeper stretch into the left quad. Hold there and breathe wherever you are. It's a good idea to always just before you start any movement, once you move, change the position of your body, is to just acknowledge, ooh, this feels a certain way. I can hold or maybe not, I might need to modify. And then we're gonna start to draw that foot in towards the body and out away from the body. So we're still keeping that right hand on the floor and we're allowing that rotation to happen. And if that doesn't happen for you, if you're not able to bend your knee, not able to grab your foot, then you're still gonna be in that open place, twisting through the body, using your right arm for support. If you are able to grab your foot, then go ahead and bring it in as close as you can towards your glute and look towards the foot. Hold here for 1, 2, wherever you are, let your hips start to sink down and forward. 3. Honor what you're doing now for your body. You don't have to look any particular way. 4. And 5, release the foot, coming back through to center. One hand on the outside of the knee, one hand in front. Tuck left toe under, straighten left leg. Already there, you're gonna start to feel like that hip's gonna be like, oh, hello, how are you today? Start to slide the right knee back. And just take a moment here to keep that left leg extended back. Square off the hip, press the heel back. You're kind of standing on that right knee now. And then slowly take right leg straight and bring your way back into your downward facing dog. Sway the hips, let the head hang, let there be no tension in neck. Notice how the left side feels versus the right side. Steady breath. And we'll prepare here for the other side. So bringing both knees to the floor. You might want to switch your prop, place it to the left side of your body. Take the left knee forward and then left foot out to the outside edge of your right side edge of your mat. And then from there, start to slide your right hip back. Kind of moving really with a sense of awareness of your own limitations for your body today. Each side will be different. Each day will be different. And then if you have that big gap here, and you want to place the block right underneath the hip or the glute so that you can feel your two hips are stable in the center. Then we walk the hands in, and we try to find that lift in chest, lift in spine, shoulders back. So at first when we do this, this may feel like a really deep back bend. And if it does, then just you can soften it by not coming up so much. You can lean forward. But as you start to press into your fingertips, you start to engage the biceps and the tricep muscles in your arms as well as your deltoids. Your arms are working here as well. Try to contract your right leg so that maybe your kneecap comes off the floor slightly. Just see how that feels. And then if it's too much, just relax it back down. Really good strengthening for your knees. So if you have any issues with your knees, this is really good strengthening work for your knees. And gently back down. But if it hurts, don't do it. You know that already, but I just always feel like I have to remind you. And then slowly release, and then we're gonna start to make our way down. So maybe just the elbows first, come down to the floor, see what happens. I notice for me, once my elbows are down, the prop or the block becomes a hindrance. It doesn't give me room to settle my hips down more. So I like to remove it once my elbows are down. I always use it when I'm lifted to give me support. So maybe you can try doing that as well. And then once your elbows are down, just take a few breaths. Notice the openness here of the hips happening naturally and automatically. Maybe start to slide the elbows a little further away, lowering the chest down. Eventually, maybe bringing the forehead to the floor. Once the forehead is on the floor, one thing to watch out for is that that right hip doesn't sink down to the mat. Keep your stability onto both hips. So both hips are reaching down towards the floor. And rest here and breathe. Again, you can have your arms extended, or you can hold onto your opposite elbows, bringing chest down. Relax. Few more breaths here. See if you can settle into the sensations of the body and try not to fight with your body, but soften instead. And then inhale, slowly lift the head, slide the elbows a little close to the body, hold here for a breath or two. And then inhale, slowly press into the hands, come up. Again, now might be a good time to replace your prop underneath your left hip. Hands on either sides of that left knee, again, lift the chest. And then bringing that left hand on the inside of the left knee, reach back, right hand to the thigh. And you can stay here, just kind of twisting, honoring what you're feeling, trying to let your body settle in. If your left hand needs a little extra support, you can bring your hand to a block instead, so that the block brings the earth up a little higher towards you. And then we're going to slowly bend that right knee, bring the hand up, see if you can grab a hold of that foot, hold there. So we just holding onto the foot, lengthening here through the chest, rotating a little bit through the torso, strong left arm, and then begin to drag that foot in towards the body and out away from the body. Pulling in gently, pulling out as you exhale. Just a few times. Kind of seeing where your body goes with this. Noticing the places of resistance. And then the next time you pull in, hold the foot in. And as you find the resistance, try not to fight against it. Become aware of it and then soften into it as best you can. Each time you feel like you have a little wiggle room, draw the foot a little closer to the body. And then exhale. Slowly release that right leg. Turn yourself back to center. Lift up. Go ahead and come off your block. Tuck right toe under. Straighten that right leg. Let's hold there for a moment. Straightening through that right leg, feeling the stretch. And then gently slide that left knee back. Keep the right leg engaged. Notice how that left hip comes back into that same line. And then exhale, press the left leg back and pull yourself into your downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, sway your hips, move around a little bit. So pigeon pose can definitely be a challenge for us if we have tight hips, if we have, a lot of resistance there. Hips tend to be a place where we hold a lot of emotional kind of turmoil and stress. So however that went, just be glad that you were able to do whatever you were able to do to whatever limit you got to. It's all good. And then we're going to go for the knees down again into this time balasana with the knees together, feet together. Sit the hips back and rest the elbows, forehead to the floor. Just let the arms relax. Feel like your back is like expanding out, the shoulder blades away from each other. Rest there. And slowly roll yourself up back to center, coming into our hero's pose, shoulders back. All right, we're gonna make our way into seated. So we're gonna try to practice our jump through, which is basically coming onto hands and knees, tucking toes under, and then allow your hands to separate a little bit wider than your shoulders. So your kind of weight is forward over the hands. Then we're gonna take the right foot over on the top of the foot towards the left wrist, the left foot towards the right wrist. So you're on the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet are pointing up towards sky. Keep your butt up, keep your shoulders engaged. Now start to slide forward a little bit more. Keep your butt up. Slide forward a little bit more. Keep your butt up. Your feet are on the floor. Slide forward a little bit more. Butt stays up. Now go ahead and extend one leg, extend the other. Still the booty is up, and then we release. Okay, good job. All right, so coming into our Dandasana position. Belly's drawn in, rib cage lifted, hands on either sides of the hips, shoulders back. Find extension in spine, and then tuck the chin down towards chest. Keep the legs engaged. Breathe here. Keep flexing through the quadriceps, drawing the kneecaps up, and moving the heads of the femurs into the hips. As you elevate the spine, pressing the sit bones down, shoulders back and down. Arms are pressed into the floor. And then exhale, slowly come forward. You can use a strap here. You can grab a hold of your shins, your ankles, or your big toes. Now, as you lengthen the spine, you're creating space. And then as you exhale, you're moving into the space that you have just created by folding your body over your legs and letting your head lengthen. You can keep looking forward towards the toes, but if you find that you're pulling your shoulders towards the ears, it's better to pull the shoulders back and then let the gaze come down towards the mat instead. Keep your eyes open. The gaze should be towards the tip of your nose or the bridge of your nose, kind of crossing the optical nerve of the eyes. Steadiness of mind, breath, and spirit. Inhale, let's lift halfway, straighten the arms, create that, again, that same space, and then see if you can go deeper. So if you had your hands on your shins, grab your ankles. If you had your hand on your ankles, grab your toes. If you had your hand on your toes, grab your feet, interlace your hands underneath, and then again, pull yourself a little deeper. Drawing in tightly through the belly, eyes open, shoulders back, use your arms, steady breath. Keep the grip of the hands as you inhale, lengthen spine. Keep flexing through the feet and toes. And then exhale, release, come back up. Okay, now we're gonna bring the hands behind us for a reverse plank. So point the toes away from you. Draw in tight through the belly. Kind of soften the elbows to get the hands behind, move the shoulders back. As we inhale, we're gonna lift the hips up and keep pressing the toes down towards the floor. Let the head drop back, hold here. 1, 2, belly in, 3, keep hips up, 4, toes come down, 5, slowly release, coming all the way down. With the legs extended, bring the hands to the heart, interlace the fingers, keep the spine straight. This is the same as Dandasana position, but without the arms. The arms are now in front of us. Inhale, lengthen the arms forward, roll shoulders back. Exhale there. Now bend left elbow, keep right arm straight, twist to the left. Keeping the spine nice and straight, you're just rotating that right shoulder forward as you pull back with the left elbow. Gaze over the left elbow. Hold 1. Spine is straight. 2. Keep the belly in. 3. 4. And 5. Slowly come back to center. Lengthen both arms, keeping this body straight, spine nice and tall, shoulders back. And then exhale, other side. So bend right elbow, taking that left shoulder across and forward, twisting. Right elbows up. Once you've gone as far as you can go, take your gaze to the right. Hold 1. 2. Nice, easy rotation, straight spine, using your core. 3. 4. And 5. Slowly come back to center. Release the shoulders. Exhale, release the arms. Okay, we're going to move into a couple sets of Janushirshasana. Bending right knee. Pulling it in towards the body. Get a close contact with your knee. So you want to close the knee joint completely. So if I turn towards you guys, okay, so that knee joint is closed, and then you open the knee out to the side. So that means that the heel of your right foot is pressing into your left side groin. So if it's not, get it in there. Try to really press the sole of the foot into the inner thigh of the left leg. The left leg is extended. We're going to go for a little twist. Right hand outside left knee, left hand behind. Rotate torso. Look over left shoulder. Exhale, come back to center, twist the other way. A little easier on this side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind, rotate. If you don't need right hand, reach it around. See if you can find your thigh. And exhale, slowly bring it back. Line your rib cage, your center line of your body with your left leg. As we come forward, see if you can grab your foot or interlace your hands underneath your foot or grab your opposite wrist. Lengthen strong here through the spine, and then exhale, fold. Chin towards your shin. Wherever you go, however deep you fold, that's okay. Just make it your practice. Eyes are open. Drishti is the center or bridge of your nose, tip of your nose. Soften through the shoulders. Use the arms to pull yourself a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Don't move, just exhale there. And slowly release the arms. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and take that foot, bring it up, separate it a little bit from the thigh, and take the right hand to the left foot as we use the left hand like a kickstand to keep you lifted. If you want, you can also use a strap here. So as you move yourself forward, find your right shoulder clearing the side of your right knee. At that point, you can take the right arm around to your right hip and the left arm around behind you to either interlace your fingers or grab your wrist or just find your grip. And then once you have that, there's an internal rotation of right shoulder and of the left shoulder as you come forward, bringing chin towards shin or forehead to the knee. Hold there. The right hip is lifted slightly off the floor, but it's still grounded. So you still feel stable through your back body. As you pull your weight forward and down, bring your right hip back. And inhale, slowly lift halfway, extend the chest. Exhale there. Slowly release. The arms come back to center. Good. Keep the legs just as it is and just slide it a little bit closer, the foot a little bit closer to your left thigh. Go ahead and grab your left knee or right knee with your left arm. Twist to the right. Looking over the right shoulder. You can also make this a bind by going a little bit deeper, maybe taking that left arm on the outside of the thigh, looking over that right shoulder. Stay there. Let your left hand rest on your right hip. And exhale, coming back to center. Reach the right leg forward. Take a moment back into your Dandasana position just to center the spine, and then we'll do the other side. Exhale, left knee bends in. Close the knee joint completely. No space between your calf and your back of your left leg. Then open that knee out to the side. Bring the heel as close as you can to the groin. Left foot flat against the inner thigh of the right leg. Make adjustments here for your hips. Make sure you feel stable. Right leg contracted and strong. We're going to go for our first twist. Left hand, outside right knee. Right hand behind you. Lengthen spine, rotate. Looking over that right shoulder. And exhale, coming back to center. Other side. Right hand, left knee. Left hand reaches around behind. Cushions in my way. Looking over that left shoulder here. And exhale, coming back to center. Lining ourselves up with the right leg, so our torso, our center line body over the right leg. Then we're going to fold, again grabbing the foot, using a strap, maybe interlacing your fingers underneath, or holding onto your opposite wrist and wrapping them around your foot. Wherever you go, as deep as you want to. As you exhale, allow yourself to fold, bringing your chin or your forehead to the right knee. Fold over that right leg. Steady breathing. And inhale, slowly lift the head only. Try not to move any other part of the body. Keep the grip, just exhale there. Slowly release as you inhale, come all the way back up. Bring that left knee back up. A little bit of space between the foot and the right thigh. Right hand like a kickstand to the right side body. Left arm inside. Find your right foot with your left hand. Kind of try to clear that left shoulder away from the left knee. Keep pressing into your right arm to push yourself forward. You can stay here with the strap or with the foot, or you can go for your bind. Bring that left arm on the outside, so you're wrapping it around the shin of your left leg. Right arm comes around, grab your fingers, create your grip, and then when you're ready, exhale, fold. So the shoulders roll forward and down as you release your head towards your knee or towards your shin. The left foot is planted and rooted. The hips come up, and the left hip comes up naturally, but it's still rooted down. It's still grounding towards the back. You're pushing that left hip back and away as you reach forward and down with your torso. Steady breath. Slowly inhale, lift halfway. Try not to release the grip just yet. Just lift halfway, lift your chin, look towards your toes. And exhale there. Slowly release, come back to center, release the bind. Okay, now we're gonna take that foot a little closer to the right thigh. Right arm wraps around left leg, left hand behind you. Turn and twist, look over left shoulder. So you want to try to create as little space between your chest and your thigh as possible. So really hug that knee in, looking over that left shoulder, rotating the body, left foot is planted. Right leg is strong and supported, so keep the right foot flexed. If you find you have a little bit more wiggle room, try to get that arm on the outside of the knee so you can go a little bit deeper, looking over that left shoulder still, and your left hand is behind you, like a little second spine, little kickstand, keeping you lifted, strong, and steady. Let your right hand rest on your left hip, and breathe easy. And exhale, slowly release that, come back to center, extend the legs forward. We're gonna make our way onto our backs. So extend the legs forward for a moment, back into that nice upright L-shaped position. This time, let's keep the hands on the thighs as you roll the shoulders back, chin tucks into chest. Go ahead and bend your knees. Give your legs either to your shins or to the backs of your thighs. I think the backs of your thighs is a little bit more comfortable. At least it will be once we try to lift. And then slowly try to balance onto the space between your sacrum and your tailbone. Keep your chin tucked under for now until you find your balance. And then inhale, lift your chest, roll shoulders back. This is our prep for our Navasana. You can let the toes point down to the floor if you need a little extra balance, a little extra spot on the floor. Otherwise, just let them lift off. And then if you don't need your arms, reach your arms forward, or you can bring your fingertips to the floor. Engage into your core, find balance here, draw belly in, hold 1, 2, 3, steady breath, 4, and 5. Slowly release the feet to the floor, slide them forward, and go ahead and make sure you have enough room behind you to lay all the way down onto your back. Once you're all the way down onto your back, we're going to do a little legs up the wall. So if you want to grab your block again, bend your knees, lift your hips, place the block directly underneath the sacrum. Make sure that it's not at your waist and it's not at your glutes. Once the block is in place, we can go ahead and elevate the legs. Let the shoulders relax and allow your upper body to be completely soft on the floor. There is still a drawing in of the belly, but it can be soft. You can be relaxed here a little bit. And then also with the legs, there's still a little bit of engagement to keep the legs sort of straight. You don't want them to be totally straight, but you also don't want them to be bent. So somewhere in the middle. Soften the feet, the toes. Steady, easy breath. You can move your head side to side to release any tension you might be feeling in your neck. You can have your arms up overhead to release tension in the shoulders. That sometimes feels pretty good. Take a few breaths here. Softness in the elbows if necessary, softness in the knees as well. And then slowly, let's begin to add a little bit of movement to the fingers, the toes, swaying the head side to side, and allow the legs to slowly start to come down towards the floor. And it's normal for you to feel like a tingling sensation through the legs and feet, maybe a sensation of heat or cold. Don't shy away from that, let it happen. And then as the toes come down to the floor, release the feet down. And then just take a few moments with the feet down on the floor and the hips elevated slightly. This is a little gentle bridge pose here, supported bridge pose. You can release the arms down by your sides if you had them up over your head. And then slowly press into the feet as you lift the hips, move the block away, and gently lower the hips back down. Our last posture today is a little happy baby, so bring the knees into the chest. Roll around a couple times, side to side. Maybe making a little U shape with the body, giving the tailbone, the lower back a little massage. And then open the knees wide, arms inside the legs, grab a hold of the pinky toe sides of your feet, and lift your heels. Find your happy baby here with motion and movement or with stillness. Steadiness of breath, calmness of mind and spirit. Getting ready here for our Shavasana. So if there's any other posture you feel like your body needs today, feel free to do it here. If you're doing something that's asymmetrical, make sure you do it on both sides. And then slowly, let's lower the heels to the floor, coming into our Shavasana. So taking your time, let the legs lengthen, feet flop out to the sides, arms are down by your sides, palms facing up. Press the shoulders, back of the head into the floor, and then just let your body melt. Let go of any resistance. Slowly we'll begin to draw our awareness back into our physical form, allowing a little bit of movement to the fingers and toes, the hands and the feet, the wrists and the ankles to reawaken the body. Maybe move your head side to side, letting the neck relax and soften. When you're ready, bend your knees, let your feet stay apart as you draw your knees in towards each other, resting one on top of each other like a little house of cards. And then take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Feel the sensations of your inner knowing here. Notice the movement of your mind, the fluctuations of thoughts, ideas, memories. Without any judgment, just simply observe. Always being able to come back to the steadiness of your breath. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and roll over onto the side. It doesn't have to be any particular side, just whatever's comfortable for you. Let your bottom arm rest like a pillow. Keep the knees soft and bent. Few easy breaths here. And then pressing into that top arm, slowly slide yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So we can seal our practice today with the sound come into cross-legged or into a lotus or half lotus position if that's in your practice. Bring your palms together at the center of heart. Follow the breath smoothly and rhythmically. Letting go of anything that no longer serves us. And this varies and changes day by day. It could be a relationship that has no longer any true purpose in our lives. Sometimes we hold on to relationships just because we've known someone for a very long time and we figure, someone that's always going to be in our lives. Maybe take a moment here to analyze and see, are the relationships in our lives serving us today? Are we serving them? Maybe it's a particular pattern of thinking. Maybe it's a belief that we need to be living in a state of fear or confusion. See if you can come into that inner knowing, inner awareness, trust within yourself, and find the hope, and find the true meaning or understanding that lies underneath everything else. And then as we inhale again, we will prepare for one sound Om. Namaste.